Start your week smiling with your friends, Kathy Zant and Michelle Frechette. It's time to get ready for some weekly motivation with WP Motivate. Yeah. Happy Friday, Kathy.
Happiest of happy Fridays to you, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's a great day. It's a great day
Yeah.
here. The weather, it was been hot all week. Woke up this morning and it was cold, so I'm like, score. I'm not ready for heat. Got to
Yeah.
buy an air conditioner for the upstairs for this on this weekend, and so I get to say adieu to some money. It's
That
been nice. Thanks for showing
happens.
up for a little while at least.
Yeah. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah,
Enjoy
exactly.
your new home, aka somebody else's wallet.
Exactly. Such
Oh,
is
that's so
life and
funny.
houses.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's new? Anything to celebrate?
Well, I
Yes.
did wake up to Taylor Swift's new album. I was never a Swiftie. My daughter dropped Taylor Swift on me last year, and I'm like, oh, she sings this song too. And then I went into the whole like Evermore folklore, the more poetic, melodic types of things, and I really enjoyed those. And now this album is kind of like those, and it's also one of the producers is a guy from the band called The National that my son has been really into. So it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like my two kids together singing. Like
Aw.
I just have this
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. So I woke up
Good.
really early this morning and I'm like, ooh, it dropped last night and started listening to it and went for a walk and listened to it. And now I have the rest of the afternoon off and I'm going to listen to it. And so
Yeah.
I'm celebrating that. But yeah, I'm just like feeling in a sort of a celebratory mood of just like what is. I'm feeling very grateful for what is. How about
I
you?
love
Do you have
that.
anything to celebrate?
Um, I'm taking Monday off. I got somebody
Are
coming over to
you?
do a bunch of work on the house. And a week from today, I close on ownership of this house. So I will own this house as, well, condo as of next Friday.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of exciting.
Nice. That's very exciting. I know that's been a long time coming for you, so I'm really happy that
Yeah.
that's getting finalized.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle here and there,
Yeah.
but yeah, finally
Yeah.
agreed
Now,
on
do
a
you feel
price.
celebratory about it, or do you feel more like just, ugh, relief?
It's a little bit of relief, a little bit of fear. I've never actually owned a home by myself before. The only other home I ever owned was with my ex-husband, and he got that foreclosed on us. I know
Mm,
people sometimes say, "Well, how did you not know?" Because the mortgage was in his name and he hid it until we couldn't hide it anymore, and we actually got like notice of eviction, basically. So yeah, so this
ooh,
will be the first time, and thanks to my dad's inheritance, I will just pay cash for it and not even have to deal with a mortgage. So I'll just
wow,
own it
nice.
outright. Yeah, I mean, my dark humor is like, well, thanks, Dad, for dying, but it is what it is. I didn't
It's
make him
just,
die, you know,
ugh,
like whatever. But yeah, so it's just one of those things, and I guess relief a little bit, but also like, I mean, I've technically, not technically, I've de facto owned it for the last few years since I moved in anyway. So like if there needs to be a repair, I have to deal with it. It's not like my mom and stepdad who I'm buying it from have been landlords in any stretch of the imagination. I take care of
mm,
them. They don't take care of the home and me. So basically it'll just be more of same, only I don't have to worry about, anything with it. It'll just be mine.
yeah,
So
nice.
yeah, thanks.
Nice. Well, that's something to celebrate. That's
Yeah,
great
for
because
sure.
it's definitely, I mean, just having that solid, trusted foundation underneath you where you don't have to worry about have to worry. Well, you'll have to worry about something. I'm sure houses like to find like little things you never knew existed, and here's
Yeah.
something to worry about. Hey, what's this funky thing?
I've been trying to figure out how old the water heater is, and I can't find any information on how old the water heater is because I just know that's going to be the next thing to go, and I want to buy a
Yeah,
new one before it does, but most
yeah.
everything else. And I'm going to do some upgrades. I'm going to replace the doors. The doors are the original hollow core doors from, when did they purchase this?
Mm,
They purchased this in 1987. So
wow.
87, something like that. 88. They purchased this in 1988. And so like they never replaced a door. Like it's all just the original, they were the first owners. But you know, it's a condo. So it came with whatever the
Yeah.
standard bill is. The brass doorknobs. Like I'm just gonna replace things with like brushed nickel and things that make me feel a little bit
Yeah.
happier about the place. Um, yeah, and like my mother loved the brass handles she put on the kitchen cupboards. I replaced those suckers like within the first 30 days I lived here.
Yeah.
But you know, things like that where I have the ability to tear out some things in the bathroom and put in a pedestal sink and things that just make more sense to me. All in
Yeah.
due time, of course, and get some painting done and some general repairs. But yeah, so anyway, home ownership. Woo.
Whoa. Well, I have a teenager who's trying to earn some money to
Ah.
buy her phone back. So she's painting a room upstairs that
Oh,
is
nice.
bright red, and bright red is kind of, I don't know if
Wait,
I'm
she's
buying
painting
on
it
that.
bright red or she's replacing the red?
Blue. It's gonna be like more of a like a thundercolored blue, I guess is the color we chose. It's gonna
Okay.
be like a darker blue, but sort of like
Okay.
a grayish blue.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, it's a game room, and we just
Okay.
have been using it for storage. Like on my husband's, there's a box called important things in there, and I'm like, how's this important? Like, how is this?
Who
Like,
decided this was important? Why is this in
what
this
is this?
box?
What is he's got like plastic joke mustaches. I'm like, look at the important stuff. It's been like kind of a joke going through some of this stuff. So like anyway, we're getting all the stuff out of there. We're gonna turn it into like an actual place, like when friends come over that I know about that go into that room and like hang out. It can be like a
Yeah.
place for them to hang out. So it's kind of an
Nice.
upstairs teenagery hangout room, but I'm thinking I might do some stuff up there too. Maybe I'll
Nice.
put a second office up there where I can't hear anything that's happening downstairs. I don't know.
How
But
many
yeah,
coats? How many coats of the blue is it going to take to cover red?
I have no idea. The
So,
previous owners were like really into, I think, Ohio State University or something. So it was
okay.
like the OSU, like even the doorknob handles had OSU
Mm-hmm.
on them. And they're like, can we take those? And I'm like, have fun with mine. So I have to replace like that room had, like, I literally haven't touched it. It's just been storage. And so I'm kind of reclaiming that room back. And I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. But Claire's painting. She's taped
There's
everything off,
painting.
and yeah,
Well,
we're gonna see.
the room I'm in right now, this my home office. Like I said, my parents have owned this since it was built. And when I went back to college, when I went to do my graduate school, I moved back in here with them so that they could help take care of my daughter when I was at night school 2 nights a week.
Mhm.
So we lived here for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years before I moved out and rented another house. So when we moved out, my stepdad decided that this bedroom, because this was the bed was our second bedroom, um, would be their television room. So they took the TV out of the living room, which was, you know, just for entertaining guests or whatever. And this was their,
Yeah.
what did she call it? The family room. I don't know why that's called a family room, but it is. Anyway. But she loves Americana. Like she loves that like old like not red, but like that antique red. Not blue, but like that
Yeah.
antique blue, right? And so this one wall with the window was painted that red color, and the other walls were white, and the ceiling was painted dark blue.
Yeah.
So one of the first things I did was all of this gets white. I am not doing a thing
Yeah.
in that room until it's all white. I can't deal with it. I have so many things I wanted to put on walls, and I like seeing things. I don't want things. I don't believe in like storage, right? Like people who have storage lockers for years and years and years because they don't want to part with their stuff. But you're not touching your stuff. You're not. It's
Yeah.
you know like psychologically you own it somewhere. But the things that I want to be able to touch and see and I don't want to have to go dig through a box to remember a memento for my grandmother or whatever. So
Yeah.
my storage
What is
room
that?
holds. Mhm. My
There's that
storage room.
cleaning. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, my storage room holds like Christmas decorations and toilet paper and my toolboxes and just stuff like that, right? So it's not like, oh, I need to find those memories kind of thing.
Yeah. There's like some cleaning philosophy of like you hold, it's Japanese maybe, and you pick it up and you hold it, and if it brings you joy, you keep it, and if it doesn't bring you joy, you get rid of it.
Yeah.
I
Marie
don't know what
Kondo.
it, yeah, is it
Marie
okay?
Kondo. Yeah. So she was doing this. It sparks joy. If it sparks joy, you keep it. If it's utilitarian, like you have to have pots and pans, for example, you keep those as well, right? But
Yeah, yeah,
but anything like clothing or tchotchkes or whatever, if it doesn't spark joy, then you give it away or throw it away or recycle or whatever. Um,
yeah.
but I've also been practicing the art of Swedish death cleaning. Do you know what that is?
I my aunt sent me a message a couple years ago. She said that she was Swedish death cleaning and she needed to talk to me about some things. And I was just
Yeah.
like in the
Wait,
middle
what?
of dealing with all that stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if I can handle Swedish death cleaning right now. And then it just kind of like fell by the wayside. I don't know
Yeah.
what she was actually up to. What is Swedish death cleaning?
Yeah, so Swedish death cleaning is the idea that if that you're not saving things for future generations. So the idea is that someday when I die, whether it's tomorrow or 30 years from now or 40, well, I don't know, I'm 55. How many more years have I got? I don't know. 30, 40. But the idea that at some point when I die, my daughter has to deal with everything I own. I don't have a spouse. I don't have any other children. It's just her,
Yeah,
right? And so she's going to
yeah,
walk into this home that I think of everything inside of this house, like I said, as things that I like or things that I use. And she's going to be like, holy shit, there's so much stuff in here to have to deal with. And so when I do the Sparks Joy thing too, right? Like, what do I really want? What do I really need? But like the two drawers in this desk, I probably clean those out twice a year because I just shove shit in there all the time. And then I'll
yeah,
go through it and they're both full. And like I know everything that's in those drawers is not stuff I need. It's stuff that came back from a word camp or
yeah,
somebody sent me in the mail or whatever. So I'll go through and try to deal with as much of that stuff as possible so that everything that's left for her to deal with will either be a memory she wants to keep or something she can sell or give away.
yeah.
But,
Okay.
I want her to have things that she can make money off of, my Lego collection, or, you know, or things that remind her of me that she would hold sentimentally. But I've given her
Yeah,
permission that when I die someday, she doesn't have to keep anything. She doesn't have, just because something was sentimental to me doesn't mean it has to be sentimental to her.
sure.
And along those lines, like when my mother does pass away at some point, I'm getting rid of a ton of stuff that's still in this condo that was hers that she still asks about. Oh, do you still have this, that, or the other thing? Of course, mom, it's in the cupboard, it's in the wherever. But there are things that I don't want, but I can't get rid of yet because she's still attached to them. I've given my daughter permission to not have to deal with any of that.
Yeah, yeah,
But so
yeah,
I celebrate that too, right? Like every time I clean things out, like stuff goes to the garbage or I put it on the free cycle site and people come pick it up. That's exciting. I love that things can have new life with other people, that somebody might want your junk. And then if nobody wants your junk, then it's time for recycle or landfill or whatever, things go to. But yeah,
yeah.
little things like that. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I started going through the garage with my son the last time he was here. And well, first I was like, okay, I want you to go through all of Mark's tools because anything that you think I should need, like screwdriver, hammer, he bought me a drill because Mark's drill's battery was like dead. And he's like, no, you need a Milwaukee. You know how sons are. They're just like,
Yeah, yeah.
have gotta have a Milwaukee drill. So I've got like this fancy Milwaukee drill. And he got me a chainsaw too. I can chainsaw. That's so much fun.
I love that. I would have
Like,
one
oh,
leg if I held the chainsaw. Like I would drop it and I would lose a leg. That's what I'm saying.
yeah. Claire likes to make jokes about how we're in Texas and you like chainsaws. What's going
Oh
on
yeah.
here? Right. I'm like, yeah. But I had him go through all of Mark's tools. Like there's stuff in there. I don't even know what it does, you know. Like he came in and he's like, why is that cabinet off its hinge? I'm like, because it fell off. What do you want me to do about it? I don't know. So he like fixed that. There's
Oh,
like
cool.
curtain rod that's came out of the drywall, like all of the little things where I'm just like, well,
Hmm.
I guess this is my life now. I'm not going to be able to fix it, right? I should
Yeah.
be able to, but I can't. I
Yeah.
know where my limits are. Unhack a website. I'm your girl. Fixing cars,
Not so much.
cabinetry, at a loss. I
Yeah.
don't know what to do. So he started going through all of Mark's tools and stuff. And I'm like, just take it all, take everything that I'm never going to touch. And I still have, I have pans that you use for gold panning. Like, because when we were in California, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
well, let's go gold. Like, because you could if you wanted to, but I never did. But we still have, like, what am I going to do with this stuff?
eBay.
Like, what is anybody in Texas going to do with this stuff? I guess I'll just ship it up to friends up in Shasta and say, here you go, gold panning
Either
stuff.
that
I
or
mean,
you could let Claire buy back her phone by eBaying all the stuff you don't want to keep.
oh, I tried that with her and Amazon with used books. But every once in a while, some of them back here are some of Mark's books where I'm like, oh, this looks good. I might read this one. It's been a hard thing, but I told her just start going through books and look up the prices. Anything over 20 bucks, write it on the list and we'll get it listed, right? But then she just kind of like forgot, just
Yeah.
teenagers and how they get disinterested in things. And so I
Very,
still
very
have to,
easily. Yes.
now I have to do it all. And
Yeah.
it's so many books. And I'm not good at this because
Yeah.
they start collecting up here. I already have a
Yeah.
bookshelf in my room that of stuff. I've gone through my books a few times and yeah, it's hard. I'm having a hard
Mhm.
time with stuff. This seems to be a conversation that we keep having
I
where
know.
I'm having a hard time with stuff.
It is
Oh
hard
my
because we
gosh.
we are corporal people that like things, right? Like we need things. We don't need everything, but we need things. And
Yeah.
we like things. And um what do they call it? Retail therapy is a thing. Like,
Yeah.
I will scroll Amazon sometimes just looking for things that pique my interest. Yeah, but then I gotta make room for it. So, like, oh, I want more Legos. Where would I like to build it? Where would I put them? Where could I put more Legos in this house?
Yeah.
1,400 square
Yeah.
feet. I got no room to hang anything.
Mm. The
Ah,
funny
it's
thing
okay.
is like the bigger you go in a house, the more you just get
You
stuff.
fill the space,
Stuff
yeah.
gets stuck. It just happens. It just comes
Yeah,
out of nowhere. I don't
yeah,
know.
for sure.
So, but I have to I mean, as soon as Claire's out, 830 something days, not that I'm counting. Um, maybe counting a little.
A little, just a little.
I love my daughter very
I
much.
know
It's
you
just
do.
15 is tough. But yeah, when she's gone, it's like I don't need this much house,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
would like something all on one level and eh, maybe not in Texas.
yeah.
But until then, I'm going through stuff.
Gotta deal with what you gotta deal with.
Yeah,
I've become obsessed with
sometimes.
lamps. I love
Yeah.
lamps. I love light. I like things to be lit up. And I see lamps and I want to buy a different lamp all the time. I have a chandelier over my bed and another
Yeah.
chandelier in the corner of my bedroom, kind of smaller version of the same one over my jewelry box. And like I love that you walk into my bedroom and there's a chandelier over my bed. It's just so cute. I mean, I'm the only one that sees it, but it makes me happy, right? That's all that
Yeah.
matters. But I love like the salt lamp that I have over here.
Hmm.
What you can't see next to it is like this bowl lamp from IKEA that's this beautiful lit up bowl. I've got my I can't point right. What is this thing called? Lava lamp. I've got my
Lava
lava
lamp.
lamp. Up here I've got this
Yeah.
lit up sign, this on the air sign, which is hard to see
Yeah.
in the video. And there's these lamps that I saw that I want so badly. And it's like this woman, like 50s style, right? It's like it's a bust. And the light bulb is her blowing a bubble. Like it looks like she's
Hmm.
blowing a bubble, and that's the light bulb. I'm like, it's like $120 or something. I'm like, how can I justify that when I
Yeah.
literally have no surface to put it on? Like, what would I get rid of to buy that lamp? So yeah, I don't know. Obsessed with all the things.
Yeah.
Just all the time on
Fun.
things. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and so you have the afternoon off. So I'm like, you get to go play after we get out of here. I'm off
I
on Monday. And
do.
yeah, so that's a celebration. What are you gonna do with your time
Yes.
besides listen to Taylor
Yes.
Swift?
I'll be listening to Taylor Swift. I am going to Home Depot to buy paint and I'm going to go to the
Wow.
gym because I couldn't go earlier. And I'm going to listen to Taylor Swift and I might go for just like go for a walk by myself without the dogs. They're crazy right now because it's
Mm.
springtime and the smells
Mm-hmm.
are just like
Yeah.
more. And so they are driving me insane. So I've been going for walks on my own without dogs. And I can hear myself think, I can hear my podcasts properly. I'll be able to hear Taylor and analyze her lyrics,
I
look
love
for
it.
all the Easter eggs. I'm not good at that. I go on Instagram, I'm like, why have somebody, oh, that's what that means. Um, so yeah, my guilty pleasures. And a friend of mine sent me free coupons for free pizza. So I'm gonna score some free pizza tonight. So
Nice.
those are my celebrations.
I will hear Taylor
And
Swift's music if it makes its way into TikTok. I
yeah,
don't- And it probably will.
yeah, I'm sure it will. It's everywhere to me just because you look at it once and then it's like the algorithm is like
Yeah.
more.
Would you
So,
like some more of that? We have more.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's everywhere right now. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's some really good songs on our album. So far I'm pretty happy with what I'm finding. And so I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Good. I
It's
love
always
that.
fun.
That is fun. And it is nice to be able to just do some things you want to do and listen to the things you want to listen to and just kind of, I don't know, mellow out. Do we still say mellow out?
Yeah. Just having downtime. Nobody
Yeah.
needs anything from me. I don't have anything I have to do
Yep.
except there's poison ivy growing again behind the air conditioner that's getting replaced. So I'm gonna have to get that out of there before the air conditioner guy comes on Sunday. So
Are you
wish
allergic to
me luck.
poison ivy?
The
Does it get
last
you?
time I pulled out all the when it was dead, I pulled it all out. There was a
Huh.
lot of it back in there, and I pulled it all out. And of course, it got me like right on my finger here.
Mm.
So when I flip people off. Look at my poison ivy scar. And so I've got a scar from it. And I
Oh
had
wow.
gloves on and everything. And I'm like, how
Oh
did it get through
wow.
the glove? So,
So
but
now
yeah,
you
I've been
need rubber
spraying it.
gloves inside your gardening gloves.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just such a pain. Texas weather. When I lived in Mount Shasta, there was no poison ivy because we were at such a high elevation, it
Mm.
didn't grow. So you could go
Okay.
off into the forests and into the woods and stuff, and you wouldn't have any problem because it just didn't
Mm.
grow at that elevation. At least that's what people told me. And there were just like less fleas and ticks and snakes and all of the things that I get to enjoy here in Texas.
Well,
Chiggers.
we don't have chiggers here, but we do have poison ivy and we have some snakes, not as many as poisonous or venomous ones as you do, I'm guessing. We have no, what are those little things, the arachnid things that scorpions. We don't have any scorpions here.
Yeah.
We do have poison ivy, but knock on wood, I have never gotten poison ivy my whole life. So I don't know if I'm not allergic to it like most people are, or if I just have never come into contact with it enough to know, but I'm not willing to test the
Yeah.
theory, so nobody send it to me in the mail to see if I can
Yeah. You
rub
don't
it all
want
over
that.
myself and see if I break out. But I've never had an allergic reaction to it, so
I've never had to really deal with it until here.
yeah,
And then I was just like, I think that is what it is. And it is what
yeah,
it is. When,
yeah,
but anyway, yeah, the trauma of having to deal with
yeah.
Texas.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, whatever else you do this weekend, I hope you do get some downtime for yourself. Don't make it all about the gym and the painting and all that. Enjoy the music. Have a glass of wine or something if
Yes.
you want, and have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and that
Thank you.
sun is shining and
Yep. If
good
it's nice
times.
tomorrow, I'm gonna go take pictures of birds. Or try to.
Awesome.
If the birds will, they don't like actually just come and pose. So, it's a little more challenging than just go take pictures of birds. But I'm gonna try.
Yeah. Yes. Awesome. Can't wait
Somebody
to see
once
it.
asked me, how do you get them to pose for you? I'm like, patience. You just wait for them to land and you're really still and you take a picture.
I
But
keep seeing all
anyway.
these like birds showing up to people who feed them with gifts. And so there's like crows do this a lot. Like if they
Hmm.
know you're feeding them, they'll give you gifts. So I've been like trying to feed we have crows everywhere. And so I've been trying to feed them, but as soon as I go outside, they all fly away from me. And I'm like, I have seeds.
But
And they just don't
I
care.
brought your lunch. I know I have a
I'm
bird
just trying
feeder
to be
here, but
friends.
the squirrels like it more than anything else. And so once my bird seed is gone, I think I'm getting rid of the bird feeder. 'Cause-
Really? Oh, it
Yeah,
was good while it lasted.
it was. It was a good quarter of a year.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway. Well, join us again next week, folks, where we don't know what we'll talk about, and we may just meander over thoughts and things like sometimes we do, like today, but
That's what we do.
it's always a trip, and we hope that you enjoy it even a quarter as much as we do. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.
This has been WP Motivate with Kathy Zant and Michelle Frechette. To learn more or to sponsor us, go to WPMotivate.com.